And for the maghfirat of their marhumin and for the marhumin of all those present, please recite a Surah Fatiha after salawat. And now I will welcome Maulana Faezi to the member. Please welcome him with a loud salawat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We were used to have 4 majalis actually in last few years, and according to that schedule we were supposed to have 4th majlis tonight, but we somehow changed our program, and what I was going to present in the last majlis I am just going to share with you very briefly. It's actually wasiyat of Amirul Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. And this is very important document, particularly realizing that this is the most important advice which he left for us, for his family and for entire community. And this wasiyat was done when he was injured and he was attacked by Ibn Muljam. When Ibn Muljam attacked him and he got injured on his deathbed, he made this wasiyat to Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, and then to his entire family, and then to all those who will receive this document. Wasiyat is very important document, whether it is a wasiyat and a will of Nabi or Imam, or it is a will of any other leader or senior member of our family or our community. Everyone knows that this word wasiyat is like will, and will is a very important document. Amirul Mu'minin, a man like Amirul Mu'minin, that who is our Imam, who is our guide, who is our role model, who is our inspiration, and who is almost our everything after Prophet. And his wasiyat for us is the most important document to look at, and then to understand it, and then to follow it. So without any tamheed, I am going to read it, and since most part of it is so easy to understand, so I am not going to make much commentary. In Nahjul Balagha, in the second section of Nahjul Balagha, which is the writings, it comes under number 47, where Sayyid Razi says, وَمِن وَصِيَّةٍ لَهُ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ لِلْحَسَنِ وَالْحُسَيْنِ عَلَيْهِمَ السَّلَامِ لَمَّا ضَرَبَهُ ibn Muljam لَعَنَهُ اللَّهُ. This is the wasiyat of Amirul Mu'mineen for his son Hassan and Hussein. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon them. When Ibn Muljam, may the curse of Allah be upon him, he striked the Imam. As I mentioned in last night's majlis, Shahid Mutahari has calculated that from the minute when Imam was attacked, Imam lived for about 45-46 hours after that. He didn't survive for 48 hours. He was attacked on the dawn at the Fajr time of 19th of Ramadan, and then he passed away on the last night, which was the night of 21st, a little after midnight. And then immediately he was given ghusl, and immediately he was given the burial. Shaheed Mutahari says that as every phase of Amirul Mu'mineen, every phase of his life was very special and very meaningful, he looks at this 45 or 46 hours of time span as also one phase of the life of Amirul Mu'mineen. He says this was the last phase of his life, which was on deathbed, 45 or 46 hours, and that shows that what was always at the mind of Imam Ali and what were his priorities, what things were in focus for him. So that explains, this wasiyat also explains. Now imagine a man that he is attacked and he knows that he is not going to survive, and these are few final hours of his life. Now he has to give only the best of best. He has to talk only about those things which are the most important things in his life. He has to deliver the most important message. He has his family, extended family, then of course he was the Khalifa actively, and he has a country, he has a government, and he has people. And so this wasiyat and the things which he has brought, all those things in a so beautiful way, it explains again the caliber of the life, caliber of Amirul Mu'mineen, his commitment and his values. He begins with this, Usikuma bitaqwallah. I advise you both to have taqwa ilahi. Wherever you open Nahjul Balagha, any khutbah, any writing, any speech, the first thing is Amirul Mu'mineen is going to advise for taqwa. So taqwa was the first and the topmost priority of Amirul Mu'mineen in his preachings, in his teachings, and in his lifestyle. That's why he is known as Imamul Muttaqeen. Usikuma bittaqwallah. Number one, have taqwa ilahi. Wa an la tabghiya dunya wa in baghatkuma. Number two, don't hanker after this dunya, even if this dunya runs after you and hankers after you. In Nahjul Balagha, Amirul Mu'mineen has spoken on this theme a lot. These are meaning his themes of his teachings. During his lifetime, he spoke intensively about taqwa. Here he is talking only 2 words because he cannot now give a whole khutbah or a speech. He is just putting things again together as the last effort and the last message. Taqwa, after taqwa, Amirul Mu'mineen is saying this dunya, of course you are living here, you have to have it, but don't be desperate for this dunya and don't hanker after this dunya, where this dunya becomes an end for you. This dunya, if it stays as a mean for you, that's fine. You need means to live in this dunya and to survive and to maintain yourself and your family and whatever you have. But don't make this dunya an end for you. Your hammu gham, your day and night, you are all running around, all your energies, everything what you have is dunya, 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 dollar, 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 dollar. Don't do like that. You have more important things to do. Your time is very precious. Take just what you need, take what is sufficient for you. And then the rest of the time you should know, do the job of Anbiya, job of Awliya, job of Shuhada, job of those community servants. Do community service. Do some good work for your family, for your extended family, for society. Increase in knowledge, do more ibadat. There are so many better things than just keep making money. So money only as means, not as end. So he is giving advice to his sons, وَأَنْ لَا تَبْغِيَ الدُّنْيَا وَإِنْ بَغَتْكُمَا. Even if this dunya runs after you, you have to say no to it. Just take whatever is necessary and important for you. Number 3, وَلَا تَأْسَفَا عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِنْهَا زُوِيَ عَنْكُمَا. And if you are deprived of some of this dunya or some of these things which are materialistic, and you are deprived, don't die for it. Don't have so much pity on it. Don't feel so much sorry about it. You missed something, this was a contract you were going to get, but you didn't get. This was a job, this was a position, this was something, you were hoping to have it, but for some reasons, it didn't come to you. Just forget about it. Don't weep for it, don't cry for it, don't take it so seriously. Don't make your day bad. Don't ruin the pleasure of that day. Don't go and create so much now negativism for your family. When you go home, you are so much disappointed because you lost this business, you lost this job, you lost this contract. So now when you go home, you are mad at everybody and you start creating so much kind of negativism. If something you didn't get, don't feel so much sorry about. وَلَا تَأْسَفَا عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِنْهَا زُوِيَ عَنْكُمَا. Number 4, وَقُولَا بِالْحَقِّ. Whenever you speak with truth and for truth and for haqq. So, as a son of Ali, as a follower of Ali, when you speak, always you should speak with haqq. وَعْمَلَا لِلْأَجْرِ. And whenever you have to put some effort and you have to do something, then always do it for ajr. Ajr yani thawab. So if you are doing some community work, if you are doing some other kind of services, so you should do it for ajr and sawab, not for name or fame or some other materialistic gains or having any of the other ulterior motives. Do it lil ajr. Number 5, وَكُونَا لِلظَّالِمِ خَصْمًا. And number 6 is وَكُونَا لِلظَّالِمِ خَصْمًا وَلِلْمَظْلُومِ عَوْنًا. Number 7. And be an opponent against the oppressor and be a helper and a support for the oppressed one. Amirul Mu'mineen has mentioned 7 things in just first paragraph. And what a beautiful saying. I am a student of Islamic literature and Islamic books. I have never seen anywhere anyone else speaking so with such clarity on these topics, and particularly about this وَكُونَا لِلظَّالِمِ خَصْمًا وَلِلْمَظْلُومِ عَوْنًا. You will not find this line by anyone else other than Amirul Mu'mineen and his children, his family, Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam. One of the distinguishing feature of madhab of Ahlul Bayt is, madhab of Ahlul Bayt teaches us that always stand as opposition to oppressors. Now this oppressor doesn't have to be only Banu Umayyah or Banu Abbas or only Muawiyah or Yazid or only a government. It can be a mother-in-law. It can be a father-in-law. It can be a husband. It can be a wife. It can be an older brother. It can be a teacher. It can be your boss at work. So, oppressor is oppressor. Sometimes the point is that we have all these things in our books, but when we read these, We have special meanings for that. So we will read this phrase and we say, oh, Mullah is telling us that when it is President Trump, you have to be an opponent for him. It's not only, we have Trump almost every home. So we have these characters everywhere, in our masajid, in our centers, in our families, in our businesses, in our communities. So Mawla is saying zalim. Zalim, anybody can be zalim. So our job is to confront that zalim. And we have to be an opponent to that zalim. And to not let this zalim continue doing that zulm against that mazloom. Walil mazloom awna. And mazloom, it can be any mazloom. No, the point is here, Amirul Mu'mineen also didn't say lil mazloom il Muslim or lil mazloom il Mu'min. No, this oppressor, if it's this oppressed one, today for example, if it is a Ukrainian nation or Ukrainian, for example, community, or if it is a Syrian, or it is a Bahraini, or it is a Saudi, or Afghani, or Indian, or Kashmiri, or Lebanese, or from anywhere, or in the country where we live, there are so many oppressed people. So we need to stand with those oppressed ones. And this is the way how Ahlul Bayt were used to be. Ahlul Bayt would be the first people to go and confront the zalim and stand with the madloom. And this is how, in all those times, when even if it was the government of Banu Umayyah or Banu Abbas or later, so people loved Ahlul Bayt because of that. Because those governments and the bureaucracy and those leaders, they were all people who were part of Zalimeen. They were doing diplomacy. They were quiet on the zulm of the government or the powerful people. But these were only Ahlul Bayt. Since I am not going into details, I am not giving you the examples. Otherwise, there are examples. That when the entire Medina was silent, but Amirul Mu'mineen stood up and he confronted those rulers of time, that you are doing zulm here against someone, and this is zulm, and you are not supposed to do it. And same the other A'imma, they were used to do. So this is a line, it should become a sign of tashayyu. This kuna lil zalime khasman wa lil mazloom awna. If there is any mazloom in any part of world, and if they are looking for help, they should come to the community of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam for seeking help. Whether it is in Africa, whether it is in Asia, whether it is in Europe or America, a mazloom should know that I need to go and knock at the door of followers of Ali. They are the ones who are going to stand with me. So this is what Mawla is saying. Number 8 says, Usikuma wa jami'a waladi wa ahli wa man balagahu kitabi. Where now this wasiyat is for me and you also. Mawla says, I advise you both, Hassan and Hussein, wa jami'a waladi, and all of my children, wa ahli, and all of my ahle bayt, wa man balagahu kitabi, and to everyone who receives this wasiyat of mine. So then this wasiyat is now for us also, because we received it. Again, when he begins with this new paragraph, he says, Bitaqwallah. Again, taqwa ilahi. So he begins this new sentence also, re-emphasizing on taqwa ilahi wa nazme amrekum. And I advise you that you should keep your affairs all organized, in order. Put your house in order. A follower of Ali ibn Abi Talib should be the most organized individual. You look at his table, you look at his desk, you look at his car, you look at his office, you look at his bedroom, you look at his house, you look in his yard, you will see everything organized. So this is a follower of Ali. The life of follower of Ali is all in order. And again, I don't have to tell you that we will do the tasbih of Ali, 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 Ali every time, but when somebody looks at our car or at our desk or in our table or in our closet or in our kitchen or in our living room or family room or at our house, it's all mess. And our affairs are not organized. It's not only this organization, but it needs all affairs organized. We have a budget. We know how much we are going to earn and how we are going to spend. We have our calendar. We know our commitments. Where to go, when to go, and during this week, what are our plans? In this month, what are our plans? Then vacations and our other visits and whatever we are doing. So everything is in order. I was telling Dr. Bukhari, I think Dr. Walji, that it's very typical of our community. When you ask people for an event that please sign up and you are invited and can you tell us that you will be joining? Most of the people, they don't know their plans. They don't know to say yes or no. And many of them who will say yes, they will come. At that day, they won't come. And most of those people who would say no, we won't come, and they will show up. This is how we are as a community. That we cannot make our plans. We cannot make our calendar. We don't know what we are doing next week or next month. Leave alone 6 months from today and 1 year from today. And we are living in a country where people have all the plans, for 1 year. And when they say, yes, we will be there, you know they will be there. And if they say they won't come, then you know they won't come. But we have our own way. So Amirul Mu'mineen is saying, وَنَظْمِ أَمْرِكُمْ. You should be people of budget. You should know your do's and don'ts. You should know your commitments. Have your commitments in writing. Have your plans in writing. Organize your affairs. Nazm amrikum. Our community centers, our community institutions are in a very poor condition. You don't see that nazm, you don't see that organization. Even in organizations, those names, those are organizations, but they are not organized. Shahid Mutari has a beautiful word. He would say, Nazme inha bi nazmi. So say their organization is to not be organized. They are organizations. It's a capitalism without capital. So this is how we are as a community, and we are a community of Amirul Mu'mineen. Amirul Mu'mineen says, my followers, my children, my family, they should be all organized. Their affairs should be organized. Then says, وَصَلَاحِ ذَاتِ بَيْنِكُمْ. Improving the relationships among yourselves and your relatives, with relatives and other people. I advise you to keep improving your affairs with one another. Your mutual ties with your friends and relatives should be in excellent condition. And then Mawla puts more emphasis. He says, فَإِنِّي سَمِعْتُ جَدَّكُمَا يَقُولُ صَلَاحُ ذَاتِ الْبَيْنِ أَفْضَلُ مِنْ عَامَّةِ الصَّلَاةِ وَالصِّيَامِ. He says, I have heard from your grandfather, Yani Rasulullah, that spending time and making an effort in improving your mutual ties with one another has more sawab than those nawafil prayers and nawafil fastings. That if you want to go in a masjid and pray 100 rakat nawafil, or just go and visit a relative or a friend that you are having some issues with them, knock at their door and say, if you don't mind, I want to come in. I feel that we need to sit and we need to talk. I am here to apologize or to clarify. We have some misunderstandings. I literally didn't mean what you thought. If somebody told you, I just came to tell you that no, I didn't say that. I am here for apology. I am here to improve our brotherly, sisterly relationships. I am here to apologize. I am here to clarify. I am here to tell you that, meaning I didn't do this or I didn't say that. That has more sawab than coming to masjid and doing nawafil here and reciting tasbih here. And who is saying it? Amirul Mu'mineen. And when he is saying, when he is in extreme pain, this poison is now running in his body. And Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is in extreme pain and he is making this advice. He said, go and improve your mutual relationship with your relatives and with your friends. I will stop here, and I think this is plenty of work. If we want to, literally, if we don't want to listen and just forget about it, but if we want to take this as a job, take it as an assignment given by Amirul Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and then making sure that now we are going to, inshallah, practice this. This is good enough. And then rest of that, inshallah, we will talk about that tomorrow. May Allah bless you. For all of you, for your sehat and salamti, khairu barakat, and for your families and your entire extended families, please recite aloud salawat. We will recite ziyarat and we will conclude the session. Assalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah, Assalamu alayka ya Rasul Allah, Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayka mawla ya Aba Abdullah al-Husayn. Assalamu alayka wa ala jaddika wa abik. Assalamu alayka wa ala ummika wa akhik. Assalamu alayka wa ala jami'i a'wanik wa ansarik. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayka mawla ya Abul Hasan Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. Kun shafi'ana wa shafi'a walidayna fi yawm al-jaza. Assalamu alayka wa ala abaika as-sab'a wa ala abnaika al-arba'a. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayka mawla ya sahib al-asr wa al-zaman. Assalamu alayka ya Khalifat al-Rahman. Assalamu alayka ya Imam al-Insi wal-Jan. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.